Hello, it's Toshio Maeda. Today, I have a guest from Chicago. Am I right?
I'm from California, but I went to
really?
school in Chicago.
Really? I thought you were from Chicago, but you are from California.
Yeah.
So how long have you been in California? I wonder.
I lived in California until I was 18, and then I moved to Chicago, and I stayed there for art school. So I stayed there about 5 years.
I see. And after that, you came? No?
After that, I went back to California first, and then 1 year later, I came.
So now you are living in Nakano. Am I right?
Yeah. I've been here now, living here for 1 year.
1 year?
Yeah.
For going to language school.
Yeah.
To learn Japanese.
Yeah.
I wonder why Japanese?
No
reason?
I mean, I've always liked Japanese art and fashion and movies.
Fashion? Oh.
Yeah. So kind of everything. And so I thought it would be a good excuse to come here and learn more about the culture while trying to understand people too.
What do you think? The big difference between the fashion or manga culture or everything, compared with the Americans one?
Well, I think everywhere has its goods and bads, but I think especially with like a subculture. I find the Japanese stuff really interesting in terms of like a fashion and film.
Kind of exotic things, or what makes our culture, different from Western culture?
At least with like movies for sure, and anime as well. It's like it definitely is willing to be a little bit more kind of strange, or like willing to go places that I think American media doesn't usually, in terms of like, just like horror or violence or like sex. All of these kind of aspects of it, like in a lot of American movies and other stuff, is a little bit more tame in comparison.
Some people are saying that the Japanese culture is kind of childish. Like, for example, anime seems like a pedophile type. The cute girl always appear, and the young boy, right? Not the grown-ups. How do you feel about that?
Well, I don't know if I understand it entirely, but I also like, coming from America, cartoons are seen very differently, where like really, except for like a comedy show, there aren't really like animations made for adults anymore in America. Like there used to be back in maybe like the 1980s. There was like adult animation movies.
Such as?
Like Fritz the Cat, for example.
I see.
But nowadays, pretty much all cartoons, except for like The Simpsons or Family Guy, which is a little, even though childish, a little more for adults. Pretty much everything else is like geared towards children, like children's animations, right?
So when I was a kid, I loved the American TV cartoons such as Woodpecker, or I don't know, the
Woody Woodpecker,
and the cat and mouse, Tom and Jerry.
Tom and Jerry.
Such, can you watch that kind of the TV cartoon nowadays, even now?
No.
Oh, really?
I mean, growing up, I watched all of those kind of like classic cartoons as well. So, because my dad really liked them, and so he showed them to us. But also, I grew up on like a little bit of anime too, with like a Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! Right?
I see.
So that was kind of my first vision of like any kind of Japanese art, was through like animes kind of geared towards children as well.
I also enjoyed, the Beverly Hills Billies, or the Little Rascal, or the Lassie, the smartest dog. And the Daddy Knows Everything. I don't know the exact title.
I don't know if I know that one, but
or Ben Casey, or that kind of the TV show was so good, for boys in Japan. So they rerun it now or disappear?
For a lot of the old TV shows, I've seen less of. Like, I feel like the cartoons are kind of timeless, but with the TV shows, kind of what I grew up watching was probably what was new at the time. Like I didn't see a lot of older TV shows when I was growing up.
So nowadays, I don't know their tendency to watch TV shows, but what kind of TV show are popular right now in America?
Well, now it's pretty changed because of like streaming, where like basically there's so many options that I don't really know what's popular. Whereas like growing up, when it was on TV, like there was only a certain amount of things and people would talk about it, right? Because you have to watch it when it's coming out. But now it's like you could start watching a show from 10 years ago now. And so it's like some people are late, and so maybe unless you like watch everything when it comes out, maybe you miss it and maybe you don't know exactly.
I see. So what kind of the career would you like to engage, get involved in future after you just graduate from Japanese language school?
Well, I would like to keep doing art in some way. I do like photography and video work, and then I also do some right now some like graphic design stuff, and I'm working on some clothing of my own, and I want to really expand that, but also like kind of be able to mix all the fields I'm interested in as well.
So you have a high potential to be a jack of all trade or somebody, right?
I'd like to think so, but I also realize that you do need to focus to make something happen. So you can't like spend too much time on every different thing.
So what kind of department are you studying in the art school?
So the school I went to didn't have departments. So
really?
It was so except for a few specific majors, like if you did a graphic design or fashion, it was like one track, right? But then for everything else, it was just fine arts. So you can take any classes you want, right? So I took a bunch of different things. Mostly started in photography stuff, but then I moved on to doing some like sculpture work and some film work, and then some like sound design stuff as well.
So what's the option to be professional? What kind of career they're gonna choose in their future?
It's really hard to tell. I mean, I don't think the schools really set you up for a career as much as just like experience and like learning how to kind of set up like an art practice and these kind of things. But really they're not too clear as to like a career pathway, and I think it's difficult because if you want to do it making art, I think you have to kind of find your own pathway, but it's very much not like structured. And so they're not really setting you up for like a job per se. Like a lot of the people I went to school with are like working other jobs and still working on art on the side. And some of them maybe do something like related, like maybe a marketing thing or something like advertisements. That's not exactly what they studied, but like they were able to find something.
So okay, I believe you could be somebody in the future because you seems like the smart man, not smart ass, right? So I think you have a future. So many things ahead of you. I think. Okay, thank you for today.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye now.